Right, so it's still the 9th of February 2025. There's been a load of gunshot sounds, or banging in that sort of way to sound like that. Gonna shoot you dead, Justin said at a time this occurred. Molested Sadie obviously said, smash you out, Justin. The burning's been really bad. Job, Justin said. Justin lost your life, said being stabbed with HIV, just breaking in, Justin, child rapist banged. And then obviously you got all the loud bikes to erections right through the second private session today. 9 and 10 times loud, even going to the toilet. They've stepped up the bikes, unfortunately, at the moment. And that's been stepped up today. Paedophile, sicko he is, said. Red car over drain cover. That's just occurred before I push record on there, because I'm in the communal car park, just walking about because I'm not feeling very happy today, because I'm feeling down. Right, so I've got a dry feeling around my teeth, so I'm not sure what's causing that. All my teeth feel dry since I've been taking some mouthwash earlier on. There has been more threats. I'm trying to think what I've already read out. I'll go through this sheet. I think it might have been read out, I don't know. Justin, HIV poison, shot dead. Dog barks, shot down, Justin, child molester. Dog barks, being with Sally, knife down. No, this hasn't been read actually. You raped her, said. Dog barks, being beat up, raped her. Sick cunt, just being beat up, said outside. Being beat up, just said. Dead meat, said. Penis up, motorbike. Neighbour bangs, busting in, Justin. You're bloody sad. What else? Sad Justin, sorry. Someone says, made a big mistake, Justin. Old as fuck. Nobody at all, Justin said. And the burning problem's been very, very bad. And there's been loud bikes to erections as well. But the animal voice sounds are corrupt, but you can't do nothing because whatever's causing it has fallen. Going back to 2012, I was watching a conspiracy. Alex Jones from InfoWars broke open the Bohemian Grove devil worship footage. Well, they were actually saying in their religious ceremonies that don't burn me again, once again, Yahweh, and these priests are fools and stuff like that. So is it possible that Yahweh, the Christian God, and the abbreviation of Allah, which is also the same God, is it possible that is the devil? I'll leave it there. There's a lot of gun sounds last night, and there's a lot of burning as well from whatever's causing that. 5 AM to 5:40. There's a case of loud bikes, time to erections, breaking in, Justin, everything lost, or you're being injected with whatever, HIV, or you're being smashed up. You're looking at over 200 incidents of this being said this morning, that is, yes, while in bed. And paedophile threats, and also claiming that I molested Sadie. This has also been banged. There's been a lot of banging. There's been a lot of aggressive banging as well. It is interesting to say that the burning problem doesn't seem to occur when housing are there. Chrysalis housing. As soon as they go, the burning starts again, which is interesting, considering it's coincidence and caused by schizophrenia, and it also occurs when a specific neighbour goes out. So firstly, going into a communal garden smoking means a knife-shaped lorry head, an icy blue white looking vehicle that symbolises
you know, coldness or whatever. So we've had roughly about 500 cars, possibly more, since I've been out. Bamfords and motorbike to erection. Car trying to smash me up. Across the road, coming into me, a car is trying to cut me up and smash me up. At the next road, a car turns into me, coming from the road, trying to smash me up again. Reach the next section, goes across and the car turned out of the road, trying to hit me unexpectedly. And the overall traffic makes it difficult for me taking a picture. Every fucking corner except this one, I think it is, where they try cutting me up today. Right, I've forgotten what I was going to say now. But I didn't manage to take the picture of what I wanted to take a picture of properly because of this organised force. Right, so there's been another car trying to smash me to pieces, cutting me up on the corner, coming into me as I go to cross the road from behind. They're all from behind, by the way, apart from one. A dig van, a nice looking picture on a vehicle. Ups van and drain covers it over. As I spit, because I've got a horrible feeling in my mouth, they time a police car from behind. And also, they tried to cut me up with an overhanging trailer in my direction as I go to move from the hedge, which you can hear now, to get past. Come to fucking pieces t-shirt, and as you can hear the flow of traffic's been set up bad, and I'm forced to cross the road because the government are making it very difficult. Go back because the government want to hit out. They want you ripped to pieces, knife dead. Salt Express. Roads are firing, right firings. Black and fucking blue, white, black and fucking blue, black and blue, black and fucking blue, black and fucking blue, black and fucking blue. Red sick, grey, white, grey. Up the age van, grannies for you van, micro attraction van. Top coming out of Audi's, and then a blue top, and then spit talking in my face. Yeah, so I've had to go back because the government are causing this action to be too fucking heavy to do anything. Yeah, black and fucking blue. Before that, red, white, or sick white. At least the pipe lookalikes boastfully coughs at me. Just fucking trying to fucking hell. Smash legs off. Right, I can't do fucking anything. That's an overhanging trailer because the government need to rip my fucking legs off. Right, it's a white sexual car with light on. They're stepping this action up. Just come to fucking pieces. Just fucking come apart, will you? The government are getting fucking nasty about it. There's nothing you can do about it. And if it's not caused by the government, it's caused by God, who's also a buckled fucking bastard. So this is, my plans are a bit fucked up today because the government penis art bike. Michael Winehouse van. Hang on. Some setups have not managed to get to say. Fucking hell. Right, being shot down said when I go back home. Shot down just said. Being shot said, white sexual car sick, grey, knife-shaped, timed, yellow, white, knife-shaped again, black sexual car, blue car, Gregor, black and blue, black sick. Right, he's being knifed, he molested a boy's name I can't say the name to because it will offend another person. YPH lorry with a bucket looking device is very can make the suggestion of a big lot of vomit. Now there's another reversing. Dark red, grey white car with evil lighting that's ringed, so it's like hard to explain the shape, but roundish, but not round, sort of rectangular round. Then said, as I'm mistaken as that person, grey sick, grey car. Dog barks, child molester, there isn't anyone left, and the person who has the dog has a Lisa Pike lookalike. You've had a load of black and blue cars on the road. This is outside, by the way, you could hear the dog barking as I was on the bus. So trying to basically say it's not yellow, it's grey, and to tell you that you're sick if it's grey and not yellow. I don't understand what they're suggesting and why that is, but that's the suggestion that's being applied on the road just before it came to where I am now. Right, hang on, I just got like chicken pox looking car and row of black and blue red. And got this problem now, so I've got to cover my face just in case. Dumper truck, learner car, black and blue, white, red. So listen. That's right next to me. Nothing I can do about it. They're trying to pack this bus to get me off the fucking bus, I've noticed. So red, white, red, grey. Right, I got a misty eye where a spit organ's got in my eye. I smashed glass lorry. Blue sex. Got some luck and blue sick white. Like I said, nothing we can do about it. The government won't critical, won't stop it. Right, fast fix van. Gun looking. Somerset Ways partnership. They brought the sun out where I want to take a picture, so I decided to go to the next place. Right, grey, white, sexual, Cessna, black, red, sexual, red, white, red, light-shaped. Right, half hour, blue skies and sunshine. Black sexual, red crab lorry, timed. Red sexual, fanny and dick in. Valley. Somerset Ways partnership, tow man, ambulance, valley van again, up van, white, red, grey, orange. Right, white, grab timed, drain hitter, catalytic converter stands, drain hitter, white sexual. White sexual with light on angled at me in Tesco's at the window. 6 people sneeze near me or at me and while drinking a drink.
Sick! Can't help that being said. Right, so the government's stacking fucking pack the traffic. Oh, fucking hell. To stop me getting a picture of a Victorian or Edwardian signpost. Right, black and fucking blue, orange sex car, right? Mended. Langdons. Lots of fucking bow whistling. Loud dribbling bow whistles, stabbing with haze. Shoot off said. Savan said, not my name. black mixed with red. Bow whistles, fart, fart, Christ, a fart, fuck's sake. Sadie or Daisy said, P and V. Well, next fart, have to get off the bus, getting pissed off of it. Dead. You're dead meat by the bus driver. That's running the number 1 bus that goes from YEOVIL to SHEPTON, MALLET and back. I don't know what he's got it in for me for, but that's the case. Time to get busy. No, there's rest. So I'm approaching the road where I take a picture of the fucking building. Just see if it's possible. No, the bastards have put cars and vehicles there. No, I'll have to come back again down in straight. 2 years I've been trying to take a picture of that and I still can't do it. I have seen it where there's no cars or vans there, but it's been blue skies and sunny when that occurs. Where everything's fucking buckled up and twisted and fucking hell-bent and mangled to fuck. Grey, white. Shotgun said. Nose blown out or in. I have to walk under someone to get past as we crookedly fucking back a catalytic converter at me and choke me out with a catalytic converter. And then we mangle up in fucking grey and white, trying to smash me to fucking pieces out of a road, unexpectedly at speed. And red sex my way. Right, both 4 fucking politicians are stopping me across the fucking road. I managed it now, but they were stopping me across the road because they want me to go a long way around. I've got to go into plan B. I want to try and take a picture of something else. Again, it's an old signpost. I've seen a lot of the signposts lately. Edwardian time. But I think the one up here is a little bit more modern. I think it's 50s. 1950s, that is. And the other one's a little bit before that. Incidentally, the person on the 1 bus that goes to SHEPTON, MALLET, just in case there's other drivers, the one that was giving me shit is the one that's a black guy. Now we're going to crookedly back a catalytic converter at me, Christ. Yes, it's catalyst, Christ. Yeah, buckled to fuck, Christ. Buckled, Christ, choked by catalyst. There's a music track playing in someone's car. I don't know what it is. Definitely 2000s. It says, fuck my. As in my or MHY. And then it says ding, well, then it goes ding ding. Whatever that is. Right, the government is stuck in the traffic on me now. They know it's a narrow road, so they need to do this. They need to cause as much misery, mayhem, and as much nuisance, and as much fucking trouble stirring and shit stirring as they can possibly fucking build up and stack in my fucking direction. Ever since the middle of November. But all this action increased 2 to 3 months before Labour got in power. Van with 1 light out. Government causing the traffic to be on both sides. Doing it purposely. The government are causing this on purpose. They know how to control it and they've got everyone's moving control. And this is actually just a fair road, you know. But where there's narrow gaps or where they can shit stir, or if it's not them, it's to create God, they're going to cause as much mayhem, as much misery, until I'm fucking dead. But it hasn't finished yet because they're telling me they're going to rip me to fucking pieces in my next life. So it goes on, and they're making the suggestion that it's not just one life. It's not been suggested as much recently, or recent-ish, but basically you're outnumbered to being ripped to pieces in millions of lives, every life you live. That's their fucking answer at the moment with their setups. They're doing it again. I got a bit of wider road, not much, but it's enough to where they don't need to set up cars on both sides. The volume of traffic's dropped, I've noticed as well. And I've only noticed that since I push record. Do you see what I mean? They're only controlling it on the busy parts, where it's the most crammed, most tightly packed, because they want to kill me, they want to hit me off, they want to suck the guts in and out of me as a baby in my next life, play about with me in a fireplace, drinking my blood and playing with poker sticks, like laughing and rituals to rip me to fucking pieces. They're also laughing about slicing your wrist with the creator God. Right, I'm on a wide stretch of road at the moment, which goes on for about another 150 feet, and then it goes narrow again. Right, to a photograph I want to take, I'm roughly 200 feet, the road's starting to narrow a bit now. There's no guarantee I can get a picture because there's every fucking time in it down here straight, you fucking buckled bastard, whoever's causing it. I've got problems with the sun, you see. You need some form of cloud to get these types of pictures. But the government want you to take sex in the sun. The government's telling me I'm a sick bastard if I take cloudy day pictures. And they're twisting it because they're saying that you need to take pictures of children showing their willy or fanny on the beach, and dictating me to take those pictures while nailing me as a sick cunt at the same time, when I'm not into taking those sorts of pictures. That's what I mean, the government are buckled. It's a bit like when you're getting an erection, you ain't got a clue what's coming around the next corner, and then they're tying a child, and they're making it sound like you got a boner over a child and ripping you to pieces over it, when you've got no idea what's around that next corner. That's the way they are, that's the way they act. As you can see, here, audio recording, here, they're packing the traffic, as soon as you get down narrow a bit. It's all the time, it's been going on for many years. The initial time I first knew about these setups, or thought these setups were being set up, was 1997. But back then it was timing nasty people in my direction. Thug life community, causing me to have enemies, causing me to have rapist threats and whatever. That's the way it is. Right, so I've got over so they need to time the car like they did this morning. But this morning was a car with an overhanging trailer to rip my fucking legs off while trying to get past a branch, overgrown hedge, but you can't see what's coming behind. So they attempted smashing my legs up. And then they're accusing me of raping Sadie Dando when I've never had sex with her. Same with Stephanie Hill, or Stephanie Jill, or whatever her surname is. Same for Amy Weston, Ian Dando, and other names. Managed to photograph the signpost, but you're looking at 200 vehicles fucking slammed at me, a person laughing in a van, an insta-volt van down in street. Yeah, it's programmed, noetic science technology. You fucking buckled, twisted, hell-bent bastards that sex-sucked the guts in and out of me as a baby in my next life and ripped me to fucking pieces while tearing me apart as a rapist or whatever. You fucking buckled, fucking crooked billionaires that are fucking screwed up in the mind. You backwards bent bastards. Briggs. Fucking hell, fucking buckled. These roads are not supposed to be this busy. None of those roads I'm on are supposed to be this busy. What they're doing is they're stacking the traffic, they're causing it to be as busy as they can make it. Many people, even before the lockdown, or around that sort of time period, that was when it was first coming into conversation. Old people were saying in conversation that they've lived there for 30 years and they've never known the road or the area as busy as what it is today. And it's being said at the time I'm walking down that street or road. when I went to Bournemouth on a visit to my mum, Bournemouth was nothing like it is here. There was setups, yeah, the setups were nasty, but it was not as jam-packed or set up as bad as what it is here. It wasn't until the third day in. The first 2 days were pretty mild setups, moderate. You had people trying to sneeze in my face. That was still occurring about 40 times per day, roughly. But the rigged up, the actual main rigged up force of where it got as heavy as what it is where I live was on the day before I went back. Right, so it forced me across the road because of stacking. Right, so in total I was at my mum's for 4 days. The actual going there, the setups were really tight, heavy, stacked to fuck, right until I got to Blandford. Found with one light out. Yeah, because the government have a fucking absolutely nasty fucking peril fucking bastards. It's a saying that they're called one light out is to say you want to fucking watch out. And we're getting fucking nasty about it. We're going to rip you to pieces. We're going to slice your wrist with the creator God. We're going to tear you to fuck. We want you sexually destroyed and hanged and whatever. Yes, it's grey sex down in the street. And they're not stopping me getting on the fucking road. I'm on the same road, obviously. The road shouldn't be this busy, nowhere near it. Not this road. I'm not sure the name of the road, but even in 2024, when I last came on this road, the setups are 5 times heavier than usual. Your average traffic flow on this road in 2022 was, just trying to work out if you're walking it, hang on, 5 cars per minute, roughly. And then it was 5 times heavier, similar to what it is today, but today's heavier, in 2024. 2023, it could be up to about 10 cars a minute, but it was still mostly 5. So anyway, I got to Blandford, the setups were really heavy, I got on the next bus, and that's when the setups dropped. And when I was at my mum's, and when I went to Bournemouth, the setups dropped. It was still occurring, obviously, but it was not. It's more like the setups of 2023. The overall setups of 2023, or your casual, heavy day setups before the lockdown. That's what it was like. But you've got to take into account these setups are 4 times heavier now since the lockdown. So it'd be your average heavy setup day, or heavy piss-off day, before the year 2019 for setups when I went to Bournemouth. I'm so used to the setups being increased and jam-packed at me now that you don't see it, you know. There have been days where it's been bad, but they're mostly at times like when going to interviews or being pushed into a job, going to the dentist, when the police arrested me, and when I went to magistrates court. Again, they step up the setups, but also the animal voice sounds where the creator God's fucking fallen as well increase, and the threats. Anyway, it wasn't until the last day I was visiting my mum that the setups increased into the way it is, like it is now. And then the day coming back was heavy as well. I had a whole load of shit as well. And then obviously when I woke up the next day, all the setups controlled heavy and fucking slammed at me nasty as fuck. Since when it's increased in the middle of November 2024, but it actually increased before that, 3 months before Labour got in power. The Liberal Democrats won the election in YEOVIL. Every time I was passing vote Liberal Democrats winning here posters, going back just before the election, on a regular basis they would time that ripping you to pieces van to pass when I passed the Liberal Democrats sign. There's one occasion also It only happened once. So all the other parties are not really, there was nothing really suggested. But it's mostly Liberal Democrats. But there was one suggestion that did occur just before the election as well, where the ripping you to pieces van was timed next to a Vote Reform UK. I've been pushed onto the bank, so I'm getting muddy feet. Nothing I can do about it. They keep doing it on the, you know, the short pieces of road. There's nothing you can do about it. The government are buckled to fuck. Right, so just past a house. I've been mistaken as Savannah again. Forced onto the grass. Nothing new there, is it? I guess that bit of those people in house gives you some idea. So this road's nearly, not quite, but it's nearly a country lane, and they're just stuck in the traffic like this. The tables have turned. Yes, I understand that, Downing Street. The tables have turned, alright? So the tables have turned, van, and a dumper truck at me with a big bowl. K hand van. That's a number K and hand van. Right, so I've been choked out by catalytic converter stench by about 50 cars in a minute and a half. KJC van. That car that's just passed incidentally says "Let me be your Valentine" on it. I didn't know that. I had this on record when it passed, but I can't get a camera out and photograph the evidence because it would be too late. It's on the side of the car. I've not seen it before. I think I've seen it on a van before, but not that car. The road's, yep, as you can hear. So obviously it's a bit bigger in the country lane. So you can fit two cars passing. It's hard to describe the road. Right, so we're going into another stage of narrowness, motorbike to erection. They're going to cause as much havoc, as much trouble, stacking as much as they can possibly stack. The government need me hit off, you see. There's this shit stirring by causing everyone's movement around me. That's why I'm getting threats all the time. There's also why I was getting 40 to 140 people start on me between October 2021 to September 2022. Literally every single day. I've even been chased with knives. I've had things thrown at me in the year 2022 where all this was stepped up. 2023 was a calm year, yes, but 2022 was really bad, and now it's all starting again for 2025, and it started to increase since April-ish 2024. You're not going to stop it either. The bastards want me ripped to fucking pieces, but the problem is I don't come to pieces Downing Street. I get revenge, but they're making it clear that you're going to have your fucking teeth, you're going to have your mouth fucking shut off, and you're going to be fucking put to death. We're having our fucking say. We'll make it fucking clear. So they're saying, so when I make a documentary saying I'm going to retaliate, the following day they make a suggestion, we'll say, you'll shut your fucking face, we'll tell you what we're fucking doing. So my penis is shot up. They need to time, well it's not, it's a semi-erection. And an itchy bell end as well. Nothing you can do about it, that's what the government want. The loud bike issue started in 2008. But I do remember there being times where this occurrence was occurring, but I didn't take it much. I thought 2003 this was occurring, but I didn't really sort of take it, I didn't acknowledge it like as a setup now. It would have been more seeing it as coincidence. But all these setups or whatever all started in 97. car pushed me onto the bank. They want to give me wet feet, you see. I got to go onto the bank because the road's not big enough to fit 2 cars through at certain stages. Some bit parts are, some aren't. Right, so the 1.5 mile walk I've done, I guess. Let's work it out. Oh no, a bit more than that. No, I don't know. I'm losing my bloody touch what to say because I'm getting, you know, all this fucking force rigged up against me. Let's just say it's been a moderate walk, not a long walk, but a moderate walk. So I'm now on the country lane. Your average amount of cars on there, although hang on, 2024 was bad. Before 2024, yes, this catalytic converter, God, being choked out by catalyst. Your average amount of cars on this road is about 15 cars in 30 minutes, fuck's sake. That's before 2024. And that doubled to 30 roughly. Fuck's sake. For 2024. Because they increased the action everywhere. It was not good sucking now. Yes, the God wants to tell me. Oh, this is a country lane. Hang on a second, they're breaking the record. It looks like they're trying to break the record again. I'll leave this on record. You can see how, if it does occur, you can see how quiet this road's supposed to be. Just to confirm I'm not making it up. Excuse my cough, but I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter and smoking as well. 3 reasons why I started smoking again. 4 actually. Because my life's getting worse and worse and I thought there's nothing else in life. Next is because my dad smokes and I feel like I like to have a smoke as well. The other reason is because I'm being choked out by a catalytic converter and it's making me smell like a catalytic converter, because that's what the government needs to do. And as you can see, that's the average flow of traffic you should have, not slammed every few seconds or whatever. And the white sets the grey from behind. Actually, if I recall, a car should be less frequent than this, from the gap from when the last car occurred. The other reason that I started smoking again is because of unpleasant smells in the building. The combination of all that, I started smoking again. And I thought, well, you can't live your life anymore because you're being ripped to pieces. The government got you, they want you taken a fucking part. They've taken your life away. They want you sexually destroyed and taken to fucking pieces. There's nothing you can do about it. So that's why I gave up my sort of give up on it all. So that's why I've had to, you know, that's why I started drinking spirits as well, increasing the spirits. But now I've got problems with enamel on the teeth, fucking leaving a funny taste in the mouth, and I'm getting a bit pissed off of that. So I've got to try and get back to my normal amount of drinking, of the small amount of drink of lager. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Right, so you've reached that 15 target that you would have had in about 30 minutes back in 2022. And obviously another 15 for 2022 and 23, sorry. 24. There'll be another 15 cars. if there's another 15 cars, and this is all before half an hour, take into account about 8 minutes have passed already, mind. So if you get another 14 cars in 22 minutes or 21 minutes now, then you've broken the record for the amount of cars that have been on this road for all the times I've walked this road. Right, so there's been another 20 cars roughly. Oh fucking hell. They've broken the record obviously. We're roughly 15 minutes. So we'll have just over 30 plus cars. I'm not sure what the number is, I've forgotten, I haven't counted now. So they've already broken the record for this country lane. Eventually, if you carry on going on this road, it does go to a dead end. Before it goes to the dead end, I turn off, obviously, and then it takes me down the next road, which takes me down to the bus stop, basically. Yeah, they're trying to cause as much havoc. Like I said, they're trying to make it as busy as they possibly can. It might not seem a lot because of the type of road it is, but when you compare the road and the force that they're trying to force onto me, then you can see how nasty it is. You can see how malicious they're getting about it. I will mention this, the longest gap or the longest time period where there's been no traffic on this road is 4 minutes. And the average time period is roughly about a minute to a minute and a half if you've got a flow of traffic. And it's not usually more than one car that passes per time. But like I said, it's a country lane, not a road as such. But even so, they've still broken the record. So there's my point proven, as I was mentioning. So when I'm mentioning all this stuff, I'm not making it up, you know. But like I said, no one believes it, but there's nothing you can do about it. Even with the evidence I provide, they just see it as coincidence. But anyway, whether this road will actually be quiet for the 4 minutes, which is the longest time period I've known this road to be quiet, then that's unknown. You did make that minute and a half, which is your average amount. That'll only be one car. Got over drain cover. So it's going into its like steady flow now, but you have broken the record for traffic on this road. Right, so I stopped the recording and I noticed that there's been another few cars. It just stepped it up as I pushed stop on the recording, so I'm pushing record again. Okay, so we've got voice out, now we need to pull up a catalytic converter. Yeah, so continuing with the recording. Yeah, there's people about, hang on. And the dog bark's gone into normal sounds. That's what I was going to mention just before I stopped the recording, or that sort of time period. Those sounds are coming out a bit more suggestive.
so. Alright. Yeah, the woman in the car was asking if I live in the village, so I'm assuming that a friendly woman, roughly about 45, 50, friendly, down to earth. Very rare you get that, but I think she's looking for a specific place, so obviously I'm not going to know that because I don't live here, so, and that's what I told her, but I had to stop the recording obviously because it's not polite to do these recordings if these types of people are in my direction. However, if it's a thug life type of person, then I'll mention it, or if someone starts with it. But if it's someone I consider to be a person that needs to be respected, or more of a respectable standard, then obviously I won't shoot my mouth off. You know, I want these recordings. Car pulls up at me, catalyst. You know what they're doing, don't you? Because they can't set up the traffic on this road, they're causing the village people to either be going out or coming back and into their driveways, you know, coming back home. That's what they do. If they can't rig up as many problems as they can possibly step up in my direction, that's how they do it now. This has been going on for many years, but they want to cause everyone's movement to be controlled around me. As you can hear, I'm going down that road down to the bottom and going into his drive, or her drive. That's what they do. They try and cause as much misery and as much mess as they can stack up around me. I've still not walked into a shop yet since the middle of November. That's every single shop I've been in where someone hasn't been timed in the doorway, coming in and going out of the shop. That's every shop. Walking down an aisle, you probably hit about 100 times now. So there's been a bit lack at the moment. They're still doing it, but there's been 1 or 2 aisles you can get down in the shop, in most shops that you go in at the moment. But between November and the beginning of February, or whenever it was, there was only about 70 aisles out of all the shops I've been in that I managed to go down where a person hasn't been timed down every single aisle in the shop. Only 70. So if you work that out in a period of over 70 days, that's only one a day. One aisle you can get down a day without someone being timed. It's not the fact that someone's being timed, but they're causing them to sneeze or cough in my face at the time that is occurring, and it's every time. So that's the problem. Right, so they've got a car to go over a drain cover. Well, I've got time to mention this. I just want to mention that the other day, because I'm not sure if I put it on the recording or not, so just saying it just in case I haven't, that someone was carrying, and now that's what I call Music 117, which is a commercial chart CD. As that occurred, a 5-star rating van passed as I passed that person carrying the CD. The problem is, how is that occurring? And obviously I don't consider that to be 5-star rating because I don't like commercial music. Not today's commercial music, because it's too sexual, it's too happy sounding, it's too jolly, and some of it's too aggressive, and I don't know how to word it, and too punchy. And obviously, and a lot of it's the sort of hip hop stuff or drum and bass, and it's got too much of a kick to it. I don't like any of that. My music is dark ambient, dark classical, new age meditation, deep sounding, and old school jungle. But I'm not referring to like Ministry of Sound old school jungle. I'm referring to the deep underground jungle that's specialised, that came out in the 93 and 94 period. and a lot of the tracks that they released back in that time period, most of the tracks I'm into are usually on the B side of the record, if it's on a 12-inch, or the last track on the B side of a record on the 12-inch. That's not always the case, it can sometimes be on the A side, but in most cases it's on the B side or the last track on the B side.
I want to mention something, I'm wait there. Right, so I just come out of church because they're closing up. And I'll tell you what I want to say in a minute.
Right, so I can't remember the information properly because I didn't read it properly because I was told to get out of church because they're locking up. But basically, they're having an event, a children's event, where boyfriends and girlfriends can share their love and kisses and have a party for Valentine's Day, basically. So they've got like a class of people that are going where the church is going to be open for that specific reason, where they can write love letters, pray to Jesus and all that stuff. Like I said, I didn't read it properly to get all the information, but you know, they're trying to involve kids with love making, which is only going to make it impossible. This is the problem, you see. People in relationships, as soon as they reach the age of 11 or 12, if they got someone at that age, you're buggered. They become a single mother. They get with that person, they don't split up. We had this back in the 90s. This is what I mean when all my enemies were with girlfriends. When they get with someone, they don't split up. Even when it comes to the rough type. In actual fact, they just turn rough themselves. But the problem is, this is what's making it difficult or impossible to get anyone that's not a single mother. People have told me that, even people in authority have told me, I think actually even the police officers told me this, at my old place, not where I am now, but the police officer where I used to live, or one of them did, they say you have a right to go with anyone, and you're not tied down, and there's no reason for you to have to be with someone that's a single mother. He says, I totally agree with you, saying considering you've not had anyone before, as you're saying, and struggling to find anyone like on the internet or whatever, then I agree with you. You shouldn't have to go with a single mother. And also I was sort of saying that they moan about, you know, well, I didn't actually know. What was it I said? But if it's something like that I said there's a lot of people on the internet on dating that are not that good looking, and saying that I don't take to those types. And I think the police officer said, how about socialising and stuff like that back in that time. Hang on. Even that, when I was mentioning this to the police officer, I can't remember which one it was now, there's a couple that came around, because they got on alright with me in most cases. Even that's 10 years ago now. When I went to London with my mum, and she went for that conference, and I saw this lady called Imke, and I thought to myself, she's 42 or whatever it was. I thought I can just about fancy her. Was just obviously, what age am I? I'm a year older than her as well. You know, and that goes back how many years ago as well now? So it must be a decade or so. I was very busy this afternoon. Alright. So, this would be your average earlier in the day. Amount of people, I'd say. I'm very annoyed with the types of socks they sell these days. So I've done like a couple of miles walk today, and just doing that couple of miles walk, obviously the feet are sweating. It wears the nylon or whatever material it is the socks are made out of on the I've forgotten the name of it. You've got the toe and you've got that other part of before it goes into the main foot, that bumpy part. I do know what the name is, but I can't remember what it is on the foot, where it causes that to go red raw and sore, where they if you do so basically when you get about 2-3 uses of a pair of socks, and then you've got to chuck them out. That's right, pack the traffic. Well, they really are packing it, actually. What's just a... yeah. Even though you've had all this sort of traffic occur, I think you still have had under 100. I mean, what is it? 30's the record breaking. 15's your average for 30 minutes. But I've been on the road longer than that, so calculating it on maybe it is over 100, I don't know. It's hard to say. Just a bit over. No, I haven't been here I'll try and work out how long it's been. About an hour. So that would be 60 from the previous record. So you're just about 100, just over 100. So 40 more than the record breaking amount, roughly. Continuing, it's getting busier as well. The amount of cars I just audio recorded in the last couple of minutes was your average for 30 minutes. So there are about 50 more cars now. Well, if you want to calculate it on that score, well, for the time period of the say the last 10 minutes, then obviously it's record breaking 5 times over then, isn't it? It's country lane, as I said, it doesn't go anywhere. Well, this is like the bus stop, obviously. So I have to go onto the... it does actually, I forgot about that. Because you have to go onto the other road to get to the bus stop. But even on that road, it's the same sort of level of traffic, usually. Yeah, that person's going into a drive. So there we are. Like I said, if they can't control everyone's movement around me on the road, they will cause everyone's movement to be... They've got to do it in that way. So how it started, I'll give you some history of the setups. In 1997, is where it initially started. So I was at school with Lisa Pike, and I said there's a black car timed, and then a blue car timed, so I was joking. And she laughed at that, and then Mark and Anthony, who were the twin brothers at the school at that time, said, no, there's blue, there's white, and they started laughing. Seagull, the seagulls now, again, same year, just before I left school. Yeah, I was in class, and Lisa was laughing because the seagulls were making specific sounds, and then she was saying Jesus because she was joking about in class, and she couldn't stop laughing because the type of sound it made. And I was a bit of a moody sort of person at that time, because I was like, never had anyone, I wanted a girlfriend, I wanted sex, and never had anyone, and I thought all my enemies have had, had all this and whatever else. So I didn't take much notice of the seagull sounds. It wasn't until later on that I discovered that God's turned. So then I noticed that I had a load of people, rough people, timed in my direction everywhere I went. Arguments, shouting, aggressive behaviour. Then you had Dan Morgan, who was mugging me, and I kept walking into him on a regular basis, every single day in fact, and I got too concerned when I went out, and in the end had to well, eventually I moved because something was causing me to walk into that person continuously, constantly, every day. And people were laughing at me and saying, how can it happen every day? But it was. Then I noticed I was just walking into nasty people. I didn't really take much notice of setups, so I can't tell you what the setups were back then, because it didn't click. Then we had the mobile phone network come in, and then it was getting more difficult to find a single person or making friends, because everybody had a phone. That's a mobile phone, by the way, that's not... Yes, drain colour hit. That's a mobile phone, not an internet, not a smartphone. And they were sort of in sexual relationships, and back in those days only the rich could afford those types of phones. Just a mobile phone, this is not a smartphone. And yes, Downing Street, isn't it busy? Right, so yes, people were into this clubbing music of the 90s. When we reached 2002, 2003, there's a lot of people were criticising jungle on the media, on television, and saying it's all garbage and it's crap and all the rest of it. And then Scooter, who's a German techno producer that makes commercial club tunes, like on Now That's What I Call Music, because his stuff goes on Now That's What I Call Music, especially in the 50s area of the Now That's What I Call Music series, and basically made suggestions that to do away with jungle music, to throw it in the bin, get rid of it, and saying to burn it. And basically, while mentioning that, they were saying, as you can burn your devil material jungle music, as they put it, you can have a nice sexy girlfriend and a sexual smooth skin blonde 18-year-old Amy Weston or whatever. So, which never come true. It's twisted. The tracks are twisted and buckled. So they were doing that. In 2003, I was walking into nasty people. It caused it just continuing. Also in 2003 or 2004, I don't fucking hell. I don't know if yes, they're making this road well busy, well over the limit to the usual amount. I've lost what I was going to say now. I don't really take much notice of the loud bike issue, but I'm pretty sure 2003 this was occurring, possibly. I can't remember. I know something wasn't right back at that time, but I just can't remember what it was. And obviously you had this girl who was just a little bit younger than me, so she's about 15, called Abby, that was always in the garden at the window of mine, and then you had the main road across from that. So eventually 2004 as much as saying. In 2005 I was in a mental hospital for 6 months, and I was getting a lot of trouble when I was walking out and about. As soon as I moved to West Street in Bridgewater, that was the beginning of where I noticed setups were occurring, which initially started with timing rough people in my direction and arguments, and I don't know whether it's timed to erections, but motorbikes timed my way, and Somerset Waste partnerships, and the suggestion that you're never having sex, basically. And then the violence occurred at the Palace nightclub 2 weeks after I moved there. Followed that.
And then you had the animal voice sounds as well, which almost kicked in the same day I moved there. Well, not the same day, but that's a knife-shaped car, by the way. Right, so while I got the chance to say this, why there's no traffic, I'll quickly do it the best I can, because I'm also waiting for a bus. I thought it'd be quiet in this, you see, I thought I'd have the time to do it. Because the average flow of traffic is 1 car a minute. So it's maybe just a tiny bit busier than the previous road I was on, but not by much, hardly at all. So 2005, you had the animal voice sounds just kick in. Anything from telling me that you're being knifed dead, being shot dead, or telling me that I molested Stephanie or Sadie or whatever, you know, that sort of thing. Well, Sadie came in later, but you know, it's that sort of thing, same as today, but it was just there was, what is it, saying like stuff like fuck, B-A-B, so bab. That was one of the most frequent ones. And making laugh sounds, or as I nearly break my neck on the bed as I slept while I was drinking one evening, and it was the first animal voice sound of the day, you know. And then you can get thousands of voice sounds of just going on and on. And it continued when I was recording the tapes. I posted it to the BBC. They wanted to interview me on a letter and saying that these tapes have some very serious audio content of what noises the animals are making. So I just ignored the letter, and after that I didn't hear from him again. However, my doctor has a different opinion. So the doctor, he thinks it's linked to schizophrenia, but he has a different opinion. So after the tapes, I went into digital audio recorders, and the camera started photographing the problems. Early 2006 or late 2005, these setups were really heavy, like, you know, and as it is back then, obviously, but you didn't have, there's twice as many people in the UK now than what there was back in that time period. So it was heavy for its time. I mean, it was nasty. There's never been nice, these setups. They've been really aggressive. There's even days, you know, since they stepped the action up to the action up I have today, even now, there were days, even going back to 2005 and 2006, where it could be near enough as busy or as busy, but it was extremely rare, and it would only be several times in like 3 months or a year, you know, when it was that bad. But it has been that bad. So and then obviously the setups continued. They started putting the music industry and TV industry against me, trying to cause the lighting system to go down, taking the CCTV camera up, the Fathers for Justice Fair, opening the pubs outside my place, the scaffolding that was outside mine. At the time all this was occurring, you know, there's been many problems like that. And then you've got the media telling people to break in, or telling people to attack me, or to tell me people have actually waited outside to stop me going anywhere on days that I wanted to meet up with a partner on dating or whatever. All this is in the past. I never had no one, I'm not going to get no one, and they want me hanged sexually. And then these setups just kept on and going on. It wasn't until 2011ish the police started to side with me. It took all that time. They had their own suspicions about me. They thought I was a woman beater, child rapist, you know, I guess, I don't know. They just had their own opinions with me. It wasn't until 2011 where they were okay with me and things started to change, you know, and they were been alright with me right up until I moved to YEOVIL. So the whole time I was at Burnham-on-Sea, no problems. The setup's actually reduced when I was living in Burnham-on-Sea, in fact, but it was still very nasty at times, and it could be as busy as what it is now, you know, or near enough on really bad days. But since the lockdown, these setups are like it every day, not just now and again. They've reconstructed all this malicious setup around me, and there's nothing I can do about it. And that takes you to today, basically. Oh, sorry about that, I got to blow my nose because it's cold. Yeah, the drain cover hit. So yeah, I'm waiting for the bus. And this road is, so I guess I've been here about, let me look on the phone, I can tell you exactly how long I've been here. One hour 15 minutes roughly, and in that hour, I don't know, probably about 200 cars now. That's record breaking well over. I mean, you only had about 30 per half hour in 2024. But there we are, car coming out of a drive now. Like I said, where they can cause it, they'll cause it. They're bitterly stepping up this action wherever it is, just to cause as much mayhem as they can. It's just going to get worse and worse. The government have controlled me, they want me ripped to pieces. I'm just supposing it isn't the government. It just shows you what a cruel bastard the creator God is if he's doing it. Right, so we've had another 30 cars or so, and the bus is late. The road's gone dead quiet now. This is what it's usually like. That traffic that's been occurring, or what I've been audio recording, is rogue. Now that's ended, and now we've got all the footsteps. Beyond belief, innit? But you know, it's going to look interesting when you know, when you watch the rest of what happens, because there's going to be more stuff that's going to occur. Right, so a car has been timed to angle just to smash into the bus and position to where I'm sitting. Just to verify the issue of earlier, the black bus driver that I mentioned earlier, that had that was the SHEPTON MALLET to YEOVIL. It would have been the driver that was on the bus at 3 from SHEPTON MALLET bus shelter. It would have been the 3:30 PM to YEOVIL. Well, that's the chap that gave me trouble. He's dead when I got off the bus. Yeah, he's a black chap, and he's just passed again, coming from YEOVIL bus station while I'm going back on a late bus, giving a knife pose and an evil look. And obviously today's date is the 10th of February 2025, and he's on the number 1 bus. Yeah, the company of the bus is, I think it's Weber or Stagecoach. Right, so there's a nice picture on a van that's nicely timed. Get off the bus. Before I'm able to cross, grey car has to be timed at me. Leave this on record for the last few minutes, and I'll just speak in what the setups are as I state it. That's until I get back. Right, so they've got some rough people coming my way. They organise that, they rig it up. You see, they've got these types of people hit me off.
Willy up. So, motorbike looking to cross. Just write this down. But positioned next to it. But positioned into positioned to a car to look like a three-wheel bike. Right, there's a bike from behind to erection. So it was said, I don't know what it was. It might not be a threat, but the government's stepping up this action big time. Tell you just how fucking cold God is. What an evil, slaughtering, sexual, slaughter fucking terror he is. Well, let's put it this way. I lose my paper. And I lose this as well. I found it. So my penis shoots up loud bike. Car trying to smash me. Go back home. Willie shoots up 8 times loud bike. Being shot dead, too late, said. Bow whistles, sick gun, everything missing, said. Gunshot, everything missing, Justin. More. Knife dead, just shoot you down, being knifed, said. That's just how fucking nasty the evil spice, master plan bastard is. Nothing you can do about it. The creator is absolutely fucking warped. Lady just said. I've already documented that fucking name on air earlier. And you're definitely getting a break-in, said. Well, I can tell you what. I should get a fucking knife and I should slice the fucking wrist and throat of this fucking bastard's fucking mouthing me off outside, whoever it is. Because I tell you what, I won't take it anymore. And the fact that it's sexuality, and I've not had anyone in my whole life or never molested any children, means you're only fucking asking for trouble, and it does make me nasty, and it does make me violent if it comes to it. So I'm not in the fucking mood for this shit. And also, it's a Valentine's Day build-up. Always the fucking same, every fucking year. Before the lockdown, between 2011, before the lockdown, I just want to mention this, the government lessened the trouble on Valentine's Day when setups occurred. Before that time it was bad, but as we came out of lockdown, they started setting it back up heavy on that specific day again. Between 2011, which was when the Palace nightclub started to find out the truth of all the shit stirring that's going around about me at that time, and 2020, Valentine's Day didn't have hardly any setups on that specific day.
but before 2011 and 2020 onwards, they're starting to kick off with it on that day again.